we went to this to check it out because we wanted to do it at Grand Blanc.
Right.
The student government president dressed up in a bodysuit that was like skin color and like was on like a wrecking ball. It was like one of those exercise balls tied to like a rope or something.
Yeah.
And he was like on the stage swinging on it and everything. It was hilarious. It was the funniest thing, but like Miley Cyrus doing that would not be at all.
Well, there was you know the lip sync battle show that's on.
Oh, yeah, with
Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, no, not the
No.
there's
it
an
has
actual
like a DJ, and I'm trying to think of the guy's name. He's like
LL Cool J.
Yeah.
But it's actually a thing, and I mean you have why can I not remember? I mean there was a guy that dressed up as, or an actor that dressed up as Beyonce. That was really funny. But it was Anne Hathaway dressed up as Miley Cyrus, and literally like when she lip synced that song, and she literally sat on a wrecking ball and swung back and forth.
Oh my gosh!
It was one of the best videos I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyway, no, so that is really mocked, but I feel like some of her songs before she, when she was Hannah Montana, kind of after when she was, when she did a couple things after, like she had The Climb, which was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Party in the USA was pretty decent. Some of her Hannah Montana stuff wasn't that bad.
Yeah. It was catchy for the demographic that she was shooting for.
Well, and then she got, like, I don't know, like I said, Wrecking Ball, I
Threw everybody
irritated
for a loop.
every time I listened to it. But everything from, like, there until her recent song, because she's kind of, I don't know, I guess she's trying to get back to where she was.
I mean, have you heard her sing that country song, Jolene?
A little bit, yeah.
She actually got to, like, a country voice.
I know, and
she should stick to country.
That's why I'm kind of like...
But she's trying to do, like, hip-hop, rap.
Well, and she had Party in the USA, and that was,
23.
That was kind of a poppy sound. It wasn't too bad.
And then she tried to do that one rap song,
like
23.
Jay's on my feet.
On my feet. And then like she was on a basketball hoop for some reason.
No, but I mean, like you have the, but she was doing really good. She was very popular. She could have rebranded herself into country, or rebranded herself into something other than what she did. I mean, here's what's really
you know
funny.
what though? But how much of it is her choice or her managers and her producers? Because what if her manager and her producers is like, hey, this is the image we want you to portray, and this is who we want you to be?
I mean, that could happen.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Kesha.
Yeah, and here's a contract for $20 million.
Right.
Money is power.
Boom, it's done.
Yeah.
She's jumping on a wrecking ball.
Right.
I mean, if somebody paid me $20 million to do that, I would do it. I mean,
if I had $20 million, I would pay you just to sit on a wrecking ball and sing that song, just to have it recorded.
I mean, money is power. Simple as that.
Yeah.
It was Channing Tatum that dressed up as Beyonce.
Oh.
I just remembered his name.
Oh my god.
It was on a lip sync battle. He dressed up like Beyonce, and then in the middle of his song, Beyonce walked out and he did a dance with her too, and it was super funny. I'll have to show you guys after the show, but it was.
Oh my god.
It's hilarious.
I seen this one video on YouTube where it was, the country singer. What's her name? The country singer.
Taylor Swift?
Leanne Rimes.
Ooh, she's good.
Yeah, she went to like some bar down south and did like a karaoke, kind of dressed up in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
And she started doing karaoke on one of her songs, and everybody in the crowd's like, "Holy shit, this girl's amazing!" And the one guy's like, "Dude, you sound just like Leanne Rimes."
Well, it's kind of like when I think it's Jimmy Kimmel that has them. He does like the hit the streets, where they'll take like a political topic or something that like they did the Olympics. Before the Olympics happened, they'd walk around the street and they say, "So what do you think about the Olympics?" And people would, because they were on camera, they would just make up something, and some of it was pretty believable. Like they were, "Oh yeah, that girl that did the gymnastics, she was awesome. She got this. She got like 3 gold medals," and people would make all this up, and then they'd reveal it to him that like, yeah, the Olympics hasn't happened yet, or like the Super Bowl before the Super Bowl was even.
Like when they'll ambush people and ask them questions about things that didn't even happen, and
or haven't happened yet.
Yeah, they'll give an opinion on it,
right,
and talk about it.
It's kind of like, so what do you think about the Super Bowl? Oh yeah, it was an awesome game.
Great,
my buddies and I got together and we had a party.
It's like, dude, the Super Bowl is 2 weeks away.
Right.
So what are you talking about?
But that makes me laugh. But it's just funny how you can get people. If you catch them on the street with a camera, you can get them to say almost anything.
I wonder how many cameras are on the streets of New York.
A lot.
I've never been, and I can't imagine, and that would be so cool.
Hopefully, I will be going soon. I have a friend who's in the military, and he just transferred from a base in Colorado.
Wait, so you've never been in New York?
No.
Oh, it's
To
food's amazing.
Well, he transferred to a base in New York.
Oh.
So we're thinking that when it comes to New Year's, we're gonna because another buddy that lives here. Usually the three of us hang out, and my buddy's in town right now. So I think the two of us are gonna drive and meet him in New York, and we're probably gonna try to hit Times Square for New Year's. We think that'd be kind of cool.
That'd be sweet.
I've heard it sucks, but either way,
for New Year's, yeah,
right.
That's what I heard too.
But you know what, though? I feel like whether it sucks or not, you got to go at least once in your life, because then you can say, "Hey, I was in Times Square for
the 2018 ball drop."
Right. Wear the weird glasses and
kiss your girlfriend on TV.
Well, my girlfriend's gonna be here, so
somebody else is gonna kiss.
No, we had joked because they're both military guys. They had joked about dressing up in their fatigues and kissing each other, and I said no. I said you guys dress up in your fatigues and kiss me and get it on camera, like one on each cheek. But we were joking around about that. But no, I think it would just be cool. Like there's a lot of things that it's gonna suck, but you need to do just to say that you did it.
You should get like a backpacking tent and camp out for a week
in Times Square.
In Times Square.
Yeah, I don't think they'll let you do that.
No, I didn't.
Coffee.
I don't think the cops will let you do that.
Well, I mean, they got hobos.
But we talked about getting like a hotel, kind of either in the city or close to the city. That way we could.
You ever been to L.A.?
No.
I just hear it's so busy.
It's too much. It's too much.
Is it?
Oh my god!
I have a friend who used to live in L.A. and she's like it's
traffic.
She said don't go there.
It's atrocious.
Just walk.
Like in Michigan, if you want to get somewhere, you just hop on the freeway.
Right.
You're gone.
Well, New York's the same way. I mean, people have cars, but
they don't use them.
They really don't use them.
I wonder if they
unless they're going outside of the city, they don't use them. And even sometimes they'll just there's better modes of transportation.
And you know what though, when you go there, it's gonna be weird because you're gonna feel so small. Like when you're
I bet.
Like when you're in Michigan, like you feel like you have like a certain presence or
right.
whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to like New York City or Chicago or these massive cities, you're just like, I'm just a speck of sand in the city. Like literally, there's just hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people like walking by you.
Wow. One of my friends is down there right now. Max Beam and his whole team that created this promotional video. They created this thing called The Callings, and it's up for like some $5,000 scholarship, and it's going to be like broadcasted in some famous portion of New York, and they're going to debate and like give out the award to whoever wins, but they're up like top 5. And
that's cool.
It's awesome. I was talking to him. I was like, hey, you guys should do like a vlog or something. Like, we would have, but it's too late by now. And I'm like, but it would have been a cool story to tell.
Right. Well, it's really a really cool place to go is St. Louis, Missouri.
I was just there.
Were you?
Yeah.
Did you go into the St. Louis Arch?
I saw it. We went by it because the riots were happening. So we were actually going to a venturing, like a Boy Scout camp down there. So we didn't go in town, but.
Man, no, the St. Louis Arch it
looks cool.
It's fantastic.
I've seen it.
Because you can actually go in the St. Louis Arch, and there's little trams that'll take you to the very top.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, it's cool. So what you do is under one of the sides of the arch, there's like actually like a whole museum under there and everything, and you get tickets for the and I think it's free. It may not be, but because when I went, my grandma, if it cost anything, she just paid it.
Yeah.
But you get in line and they'll give you a number, and they've got I want to say 3 to 4 trams. And it's kind of cool because how they work is they pretty much stay upright, and because you're going up kind of at an angle. Well, you're kind of hanging there, and you feel the car go like this the whole way up.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of looks like an egg from the outside because there's like an oval hole that's where you get in at. And they try to fit more people in there than they can. Like there's like 5 seats in there, but. Like I went up with my buddy. My buddy, used to be a lot bigger.
So does it go all the way around?
No,
or does it goes to the middle and comes back down?
It goes up and then comes back down.
I see. There's only 5 seats.
No, there's 5 seats in one car.
How many cars they got?
Like 3 to 4.
It's like 20. How fast does it go?
It's like a roller coaster.
I don't know. It takes a little bit. I mean, it doesn't take like an hour, but it takes like 5-10 minutes maybe. A little. But you're sitting there, and there's some parts where there's windows, so you can see yourself as you're going up.
Ah.
And then there's other parts where you just see stairs or like a ladder,
Mm-hmm.
because if it breaks down, you
gotta get down.
Yeah, you've got to get down or up. Or
that'd freak me out if you had to get out and like do that. That'd be a
well,
cool
it's not on
story.
the outside; it's still on the inside.
Oh, it's on the inside.
Yeah, so you're literally riding up the inside of this.
I thought you were just hanging. The way you're
No.
describing it, I'm like, you're hanging off that thing? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'm
when
like,
we
this is a
went by.
badass ride. I'm like, why didn't I know about this?
Well, no,
ride?
so it's inside the arch.
Okay.
But it is essentially it's hanging by a lot more than that. But it's the way it sits is this car always sits upright.
Gotcha.
It doesn't matter whether the mounting bracket is on the side of it or whether it's
on the top.
on the top. You're stay up straight.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it didn't, you could start off sideways and then go up, and then you'd have to end up at the top. So it has to be
How do you see out of it?
swinging.
Is there just windows?
There's like a window on the door.
Oh, okay.
Because there's 2 doors that close.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple little windows, and there's on the side there's 2 seats on each side, and then there's a seat in the middle. But like your knees are touching when you're sitting in the side seats.
Oh, okay.
So like my buddy was he used to be a lot bigger, and then I'm a pretty big guy, and then we got in with 3 other really big guys. So there's 5 of us that are we're decent sized dudes. We're not small by any, and we're like sitting in there like this, our arms like, hey guys, what's up? So all you could do at that point is just joke around. Like these guys were the guys that we rode up with were really nice. They were really funny, and like we made jokes about when we got done. He's like, they're like, because you get to the top and it takes them a minute to open up the door and kind of get everybody out. Well, we're waiting for them to open up the door, and they're like, okay, this concludes the meeting of the Claustrophobic Car Club. They're like, the next meeting will be we're going to join the Procrastinators Anonymous. The next date's to be announced or something like. It was just something like we were making wisecracks all the way up. And I actually wanted to ride the tram back down with these guys because it was just a fun ride all the way up. But it's an experience because you get up to the top and there's a whole bunch of little circle windows, and they've got it's almost like a bench, so you could kneel onto this bench to because you're almost like laying on this window.
Huh.
Because the wall's tilted a little bit, so it's almost like you're looking straight down. But you can see all of the city.
Wow.
You can see for miles and miles and miles. It's the best thing that one of the best things I've ever done. And I'm not a heights guy. I can't do roller coasters. I can't do, where I tried to climb into a tree stand, and I got up there, but it was, it was kind of, it took me a few minutes to get up there. I can't, rock climb. But I found this really cool. My grandma was up in the arch 3 or 4 times, and the last time she went up, she got really bad fear of heights. She literally got up. She's like, nope, I'm going back down, because you can feel like a slow sway.
What, like the arch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so tall, it literally sways just a little bit.
Oh,
it's just
heck no.
It's naturally what it does. It's not gonna fall over.
Not yet, at least.
No.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that as you're going up there.
Dude, I watched a video on how this thing was constructed. It's metal with rebar and concrete. It's not falling.
I mean, but it's swaying.
Just a little bit. It's like you can. It's like you can barely feel it sway, but it's enough that it made my grandma a little bit nauseous. She's like, I'm going back down. But I've been in the St. Louis Arch several times. It's an awesome view. If you ever get a chance, you should go. And they actually remember how I told you it was telling you about the trams. They actually have one of the a tram car. It was probably one that they had in the original, or they had in originally, and it broke down or something, and they pulled it out. But they actually have one sitting in the lobby, so you can see what it looks like what the inside looks like, and what the outside actually looks like. Because you don't see the outside of these cars. It's literally, it's kind of like an elevator. You come down and you can see the doors, and the doors are attached to this thing, but you can't see what the actual unit itself looks like. You just kind of see there's a wall, and there's a hole in the wall, and that's where the doors open up. And there's 2 sets of doors, one on the actual...
They serve beer on it?
They do not.
Oh, that sucks.
Smart.
They don't serve anything. It's. Are you talking about the arch or the tram?
Like, before you get on the arch.
Oh, no.
Like,